delicious 12 FPS.
Ugh.
Alright, we're live.
We did it.
Did we look right? Yeah,
It's okay.
We look good. It's hotter in here than I expected. Oh boy! Where the chat at? Where's the viewers at? I guess I should go
Press
advertise.
Chat when you're there. No, I'll wait until people show up too. Continue. Right. Where are the people? Get them in the dick.
I'm gonna go post on Twitter.
I'll retweet.
Sign into your account. Posted L tweet.
Here it is.
We've got 2 people in the chat who have contributed such questions as "Sup games" and "Yo, what's up?"
Not much. Just being games.
Yeah, just just fucking made a Luigi's Mansion video. That in retrospect is probably competing with the start of the live stream at the moment.
Just gotta, keep alt tabbing. It's fine.
Yeah. Secret Anime Police says the Luigi's Mansion video was really good, Digi. Thank you. I don't even think Tom's had time to watch it yet.
I saw the first minute and a half, and I was like, "All right, this game exists."
Yeah, I hope it does okay because I really want to review GameCube games and. Oh yeah, dude, we just got monetized.
Good lord.
Everything. Like, I literally was uploading the video and I just saw the monetization tab and I thought I was on the wrong channel for a second. And then I clicked through and literally everything got automatically monetized. I was like, holy shit, it's real. I can't even fucking believe it.
I can't.
Just in time for me to finish the video that's like a good 14.5 minute meaty fucking chunky guy. If I wanted to, I could have slotted an ad break in there, but I didn't want to find where it would be good for an ad break.
Just gotta have an actual ad break. Gotta make a joke about it every time.
I know.
That's what front page tech does. I don't want to fight you. I just want to get out of here. So, does anybody besides me remember what the fuck we were doing in this game? Because I remember. We have to get out of the Hydra marshes. We gotta go back and give Kid the antidote so she doesn't die of poison. That's what we were doing like a month ago. Last time we played this game.
And you knew all of that.
I did.
Amazing.
I think we're going in the semi-right direction.
Digi is the weeb in the north. Weeb in the north.
Sick.
Man, hard to believe this is only my second I Am Game stream. How's it been since Spider-Man? It's from One Spar Weekly. Has One Spar just been gone?
One Spar back. One Spar has been gone from here, I guess. One Spar leaves messages all the time on PCP.
Well, One Spar is only on his second. He's asking how have things changed since Spider-Man. I mean, it's really funny because I guess these streams have gone through like several different eras in a way. Because I just commandeered the Digibro versus Everybody stream, which I believe was just, even that was just my Modal Soul channel, right? I didn't make, or did I make a new Twitch for this?
Yeah, no one for it.
think he did.
I'm not sure, because, like, for the longest time I had a Twitch that was Modal Soul, and I had made it so that me and my friends and brothers could stream on it. Like, I expected us all to just share the streaming account. And, like, maybe once or twice Victor or Shade streamed on it over the years, but, like, nobody really gave a fuck about this idea. So, and I also didn't stream very much. But, like, people knew it as my Twitch account. So then I created Digibro vs. Everybody, and that was, like, its own show that was pretty successful. But, so we just changed the name to I Am Games, and, like, the early streams was, like, we were doing Fable, because, our first idea was we would do a Fable retrospective. And then we just ended up not, like, Fable was too long, basically, for doing on live stream.
It was too long, and they had no controller support, so I had to play with a keyboard and a laptop on me. It was not the most,
Well, even before that, the first ever recording we did was we did a test recording of
Resident Evil 6.
Resident Evil 6, in which
It's never seen the light of day and never will.
Yeah, because I just fucking deleted it. I was just like, yeah, fuck it. It's not worth releasing.
Not missing much, just us running around for half an hour, being like, "Why is the beginning so boring?"
Bitching about modern gaming in general, reiterating the same points everyone has made.
I need to be internal.
But yeah, it was like Fable and Red Dead, both of which we were just like, no. And then finally when Spider-Man came out, that was when it was like, alright, we're gonna do every current new game when it comes out. And we're still like kind of trying to do that, but then like it really hurts your pockets if you don't really have much to say. And we got Spyro, and like neither of us could think of anything to say about Spyro.
Right.
I was like, Tom, did you have any thoughts about Spyro? And you were like, well, it's Spyro. And I was like, yeah, that's what it looked like.
I don't know if I'm going the right way. So I forget where we left Kid. We're going to Goldove, I guess.
But if the GameCube video is successful, maybe we'll just play GameCube games on I Am Games.
All right.
We'll just become a GameCube channel.
Here's my thing.
Yeah.
GameCube's your favorite console, right? Would you say?
I would say it's up there.
My favorite.
Do you want to turn this into a console war channel?
Yeah. My favorite.
GameCube versus PS2.
I don't know. I was thinking maybe GameCube versus Sega Genesis.
Well, I mean,
really
it's like
fucking
a
obscure
really weird combo, because like they're not
compatible. I mean, if you want to do PS2 versus, because I would win easily. It would be a slaughter. I'm giving you the home field advantage by going Team Genesis.
If you want to do Genesis games, that would be ill. I mean, like, are you gonna approach it of like, I'm gonna do every Genesis game, or just like review random Genesis games?
I would, I feel like these series should be like our personalities in video form.
Yeah.
For you, it's like, I'm gonna do an exhaustive analysis of every GameCube game. Right. For me, it'd just be whipping my dick out and jerking off to a Genesis game. For like 5 minutes.
Go ahead, dude. We can post whatever we want on this fucking channel. It's an experiment. If you want to post some shit, because I know making the Doom video, like, you did not really enjoy making it, and so you were kind of like, well, I don't know if I want to like make videos for this channel. But if you have any ideas that you just want to do, by all means, let the passion explode onto the page. Because I was gonna, like, I considered having you voice the GameCube, the Luigi script, but, like, it was so fucking weird, because I ended up writing it in, like, a really, you have read enough of my writing to understand that, like, my sentences are long as fuck, and sometimes they go in, like, a lot of different directions.
Yeah.
And,
you have this thing where there's not run-on sentences so much as there's run-on paragraphs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's because what I do is I try to, like, condense as much information into one sentence as I possibly can, you know? So it's like, if I can, instead of creating another sentence to explain another concept, if I could somehow work that concept into the existing sentence and shorten down the communication time, that's the best way, because it just flows well and you communicate everything, you know? But it can be like a lot to fucking follow and a lot to fucking read. And the Luigi's Mansion video is kind of extreme in that regard, because I tried to basically do like, you know, like I tried to say as much as I could conceivably say about the game without like going into extremely technical detail that I wouldn't know, you know?
Right. I like this guy. Wears a hat. Calls everybody dude. Want him at my party. He's got a tattoo, I think. I think it's a tattoo, not a glitchy pixel on his arm. Hard to tell. It's a PS1 game, but
fucking music in this fucking game, dude.
it's kind of fucking art. That's what it is.
Oh shit, we still say we're fucking streaming Bayonetta.
Ah!
Never a clean launch.
No. Streaming is harder than making videos. Well, she wants to fuck.
Yeah, I fucking edited that whole Luigi's Mansion video in like probably less than 2 hours. It's like 15 minutes long. But I had my own footage, and let me tell you, that makes a big difference. Like, because you can just like think about when you know a certain thing happened and just go find it, you know? Be like, oh, well, I know like with the first few hours, I remember fighting this guy, and I know I got hit during that battle in this certain way, so like, I can find that. One Spar said, I never made it to the Tuesday streams because I was busy going back to college. Not sure why I missed the Thursday stuff. Probably just busy doing stuff. Streams. Am I right?
I wonder if all the Spider-Man DLCs out yet. I still want to play that at some point. But it's probably like $40 more, and I'll probably delete more stuff off my fucking PlayStation because everything takes up 10 million gigs.
Buy a bunch of each console and throw them at each other until one of you dies. That'll prove which console is better. I think getting hit with a GameCube would be a pretty fucking damaging proposition. It is a dense, sharp, cuboid object.
I don't know. If I can get like a Model 1 with a Sega CD and 32X attachment. That's some dangerous shit. I get 3 hits for the price of 1. Who's this slime? Why should I care?
She's so cute. The GameCube series should be called I Am Games Cube. No, that's too much.
I Am Games Cubed.
I called it GameCube Forever because I just wanted to.
It's gonna take forever.
Perpetuate the GameCube forever. It's a very nostalgic kind of name for me because the GameCube era was also when I was getting into anime, and my catchphrase at the time was "Anime Forever."
Did you end the video with "I Am Games Cubed Forever"?
No, I just did a normal.
Yay.
Did a normal ending. What is Cubed Forever?
I don't know.
Oh. I thought you might be referencing something.
No.
Jalen Harris, did you watch my shitty AMV of your song? Yes, it was fascinating. Jalen Harris apparently a year ago made a AMV of my song Dear Future to a bunch of fucking Sonic cutscenes, and it matches really. It makes perfect sense because the song is like a fast rap song. So I understand the mental connection of Sonic and the speed at which I am rapping. Because it's like, Baba indication, the use of the predication of human and like other shit. It's like that, you know? But it's over a rock song, a rock instrumental that was used as an anime ED. And like, it's kind of like sad to be in a Sonic game. Like it's a little bit too shoegazy and like sad boy to really be appearing in a Sonic cutscene, but it's not that far off from like sounding like Crush 45 or something. Or whatever it was. Crush 44?
Crush 40.
Crush 40?
Yeah. There's no
second number. No, it's just one digit.
Yeah.
Like, so I understand why this connection would happen, and because it is a fast song and the Sonic cutscenes have great fast images blasting by, and I'm looking back and I'm like, well, I mean, I grew up with all these Sonic cutscenes, so I appreciate this. It was a good time. Even if it was hilarious. Excited for the Mario Sunshine video. Well, you'll be a way off for that. Not too far off, but more than a season. Wait, so did you write all the scripts? Aside from the Doom video, I did all the scripts and all the editing. Tom does the voicing and plays the games on the episodes where we did games. I mean, I played the games in the last 2 videos because I just I'm trying to get the goddamn channel launched. Do you think Mario Sunshine is good, or do you have a brain? I will reserve my judgment for when I play the game.
Man, why you gotta be such a bitch? Stupid slut taking my friend's magic. Whoa, they're like 60 FPS.
Did you please talk about how Mario Sunshine has the best movement mechanics of any 3D platformer ever? Really get into the bones of it. Don't fuck this up. Also, don't listen to the Philistines saying it's bad. I'm sure that Matthew Matosis already went into the most depth about that anybody could. Or at least more than I could.
Oh my god. This is what I've been waiting for.
Hey Digi, for the future GameCube videos, you should disable the on-screen messages in Dolphin so you don't get that yellow text when you save a game. But I like it.
Oh.
I don't care if they know I'm playing it on an emulator. Like, who the fuck is gonna go back and actually hook up a GameCube?
I just need iron. I need iron so bad. Yeah, I guess. Pelvic bone.
Yes, to the people asking, I have heard about the stuff going on with Patreon, as well as with Monkey's channel. We talked about that stuff on previous live streams, though.
Did you know the internet is turning to shit because of corporate influence? Because it's turning to shit because of corporate influence. There you go. That's the whole discussion.
There was just a great Emp Lemon video that we just watched about it. About how the big Viacom lawsuit over YouTube in 2007 is basically what started everything. It set all the wheels into motion.
Indeed it did. Viacom, evil. Yep. Did you ever watch those videos I told you by PSA Sitch that was like, oh, a bunch of the YouTube shit was like all premeditated by Rupert Murdoch, and because he hates Google with a passion, is like been plotting their downfall for like 20 years.
Makes sense to me.
Pretty fascinating shit. How like all the big like scandals with PewDiePie and stuff coincided perfectly with like advertiser like meetings and dates and stuff with Google to make them make negotiations as bad as possible. They're all planned, and all the outlets that initially reported those stories were all owned by Rupert Murdoch, and so they're all parroting the same thing. This was a coordinated assault by all his media properties.
Well,
this is interesting shit.
Bobby Joe Brown says, been playing DMC Devil May Cry since Tuesday, and I have to say that I don't regret it.
It's not a bad game, it's just got a bad attitude.
So yesterday I streamed myself listening to a 10-hour Merzbow album in one sitting. My conclusion is that the album was just okay, maybe a 6 out of 10. This is from No Thank You, the voice of Mew.
The voice of Mew?
The music board on 4chan. I'm sure he would resent me.
I thought you meant Pokemon. And I was like, what is that?
Have you seen the rape scene in episode 10 of SAO? Yeah, there is yet another rape scene. You need to see it. It's the most retarded scene ever, and it's fucking hilarious. I have indeed seen clips of the rape scene. I was strongly considering making a video called Rating the Rapes, SAO versus Goblin Slayer. But I resisted the urge.
That sounds like some demonetization easy right
there. I just was like, I don't know how much trouble I could get in for making this. But, the SAO rapes are a lot more detailed and engaging. And
engaging's the right word you should use.
Entertaining.
Entertaining's not the word I would use either.
They're equally as problematic as any other rape scene in SAO. They don't actually show any nudity. It's just attempted in the first place. It's not quite Goblin Slayer's full-blown approach. Goblin Slayer just did it as tastelessly as possible. So I would say that Goblin Slayer's rape gets a 2 and Sword Art Online's gets a 4. And that's Rating the Rapes. I wanted to do this whole bit so that I could possibly just clip it and actually upload it somewhere.
Okay. Now that we've lost partner or whatever the fuck we are here on Twitch.
Hey, we're up to 63 viewers. That's pretty good for a Thursday.
Press 1 for GameCube, press 2 for Sega Genesis. Go.
Go. 1,
2,
1,
2,
1, 1,
2,
1, 1,
2,
1, 1,
2.
1, 1, 1.
You're all Digifags, so I know you're all gonna
1.
post 1, but I want to find my small cult of dedicated people who have taste.
I mean, it doesn't help that 1 is already a PCP meme. Let's see, you got 1, 1, 1, 7, 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, 2, 1, 1 for Munchie, 1, PlayStation 2. What is Berserk's rape scene, like a 10? 2, 1, 3, 2, never played either.
Wow.
No, the GameCube is just better. I post 1 because I prefer the GameCube. LOL. 666 666.
Ah. It's about what I expect.
That's right. I decided.
Whoa, look at this guy. Greco. He's like a... He's wearing a mask and shit. He looks cool. He's got a face. He's a playable character. So I don't know if you've been noticing throughout this game, but one of the characters in this game is a literal skeleton, and you get him to your party because you find his skull, and you have to go around the world and find all of his bones, and once they're assembled, he's like a clown skeleton man. And he's part of your party.
Cool.
This game's fucking weird.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how sure are you that you'll fully complete the Tales of, and I Am GameCube series?
I'm gonna give both of those a
It's
0 out of
GameCube
10 possibilities.
Tales of, I would very much like to complete. It would not be like a forever thing to do because there's a limited number of the games. The hardest thing about doing it is that some of the games are completely unpopular and nobody gives a fuck about them. And it's a lot of work to play through them and say everything about them. So basically, I've considered just holding them for ransom and being like, I'll make the next part when this one hits 25k views, and then just continue doing that for each of them. Because that's what I consider to be my cost of justification. But, yeah. I definitely want to do another one. I just am going to wait until the series has drawn in more attention to itself, you know? It needs time to permeate out into the world. And also the channel itself. As for GameCube, I would really, 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 really love it if I became known as a GameCube guy and was able to somehow build a career off of doing GameCube reviews. So in the event that that were to transpire, I would just do nothing but GameCube reviews from now on. And that'll just be what I do. I'll be GameCube Digibro, the guy who dressed as a GameCube.
That should be in the thumbnail of every video.
Like me in the GameCube suit.
Yeah.
I put it in the first seconds of the new one.
It's too quick. You gotta have it be on screen the entire time. Like what you gotta do, you gotta go.
It's my new pony avatar.
Yeah, you gotta go into After Effects, puppet pin it, and just like give it a bunch of poses.
How far are you into this game? I imagine not very far.
No, not at all. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of boring so far. The interesting thing about the game is that there's so many characters. The downside is that there's really no like hardcore character-driven plot per se, because you can go in so many different directions. So nothing that's happened so far has been all that compelling. Plus we're streaming while we're doing it, so we're not paying attention to like 50% of what's going on anyway.
Yeah. Do you want to abandon this game, Tom? Is that what you're trying to say? Do you want to play Super Monkey Ball?
I think you want to play Super Monkey Ball. We almost played Super Monkey Ball. Because, like, remember last stream we didn't play this because the PS3 didn't work?
The last two streams we couldn't play this, I don't think.
All we did was do the same thing we've done for the last 2 weeks, and this time it worked. No changes, nothing different. Please. I don't even know what I'm saying please to. Oh, cool. I got a new party member. Excellent. Who should I pick? What does Greco do? What's his deal? Whoa, 175 HP. I think he's a fisticuffs boy. I'm not trying that. Can't get rid of myself. Can't get rid of Kid because she's the only one who's sexy. So we're gonna have to... Definitely not gonna go sausage fest on my party. That's way too gay.
If you're really gonna be Cube, bro, you'll have to beat Battalion Wars, the most obscure, least distinct GameCube game I can think of right now. Bitch, I already beat Battalion Wars in 2005. I am the GameCube. The game is alright.
I remember thinking it was super cool, but then it didn't get good reviews. I was like, oh, man.
Cyrenac47 says, I knew they wouldn't last with CHRONO CROSS Lamau. At the rate this is going, they'll take months to finish. Yeah, this game is, I mean, I know it's partly just Tom's fault, and also the fault of doing it as a stream, but, like, this shit is slow as fuck. Like, I remember there being a couple streams where, like, basically no progress was made in this game.
Hey, it's the Dragoon guy.
I think I got, percentage-wise, farther into Bloodborne in that one stream that we did of that than we have gotten into this. That's what we did last Thursday, was Bloodborne.
Yes.
When we gave up on the PS3.
Mm-hmm. Well, we said Frozen Flame. That's like the big buzzword. We're gonna get Glenn as well. Glenn looks cool. I want Glenn. I want him to be the main character.
Do you feel like you actually need to finish this game to make a video about it? In this case, absolutely yes. Super Monkey Ball, more like Super Money Ball. I feel like Digi could carve out a niche by having a series on game soundtracks since he's already a music boy. I'm not good at talking about music. I don't know how to say something other than like, oh, it sounds like what it's supposed to convey. You know? Have you played any of the Fire Emblem games? If yes, then what's your opinion on them? I guess I'll find out when you play Path of Radiance for your GameCube Forever series. That's right, I will have to do that. That'll be one of the longer games I have to play probably. You ever played Fire Emblem?
I played the first one for GBA.
Did you beat it?
I don't think so. I remember playing it and be like, this is like Shining Force, but gayer.
That's interesting that you, as a Sega fan, would actually have played a TRPG, because Shining Force is like the only one from that era that was like...
I didn't even play Shining Force on Genesis. I played Shining Force 2 on Game Gear.
Because like you had Ogre Battle in the States, and then like Final Fantasy Tactics later.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like Shining Force was the only like major tactics game series of that era. I could be remembering wrong. Someone could correct me.
No, Glenn, I want you to join our party!
But Fire Emblem didn't come to the States till the GBA. And, yeah, I of course knew the characters from Smash. I was very curious about them. And then when the GBA game came out, I played that. And I was very into the idea of being good at tactics games because I saw myself as smart. And so I was like, I want to play tactics games because they're for smart people. But I'm actually pretty shit at tactics games. So basically I just kept buying them and then giving up on them. Proving that I am in fact an idiot.
I wonder if I can just use this boat. I just take Porch's boat where we need to go.
So in Fire Emblem I really had loved the game, but I did not make it past like chapter 15, I think, of the main story. So yeah. And then I couldn't beat the second one after that either. The GameCube one, at the time I really did not like because I just did not like the way it looked and how long everything took to happen. As compared to the GBA game. I don't think I've played any since then, actually. I think that's the last one. I mean, I've played the first two on the GBA again, by which I mean 7 and 8. Victor is a huge Fire Emblem boy.
Got fucked.
Chrono Cross, more like Chrono nail me to a fucking cross. Streaming this game was a mistake. Says me may think.
You're gonna die for our sins. Thanks, bro. No, stay. That's right, you're just gonna like dive into the water and swim back, isn't you? God, what a fucking weirdo. This game's fucking weird, dude.
Tom, remember when I told you not to save Kid because then you wouldn't be able to recruit Glenn? You don't? Oh ho 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 ho, too bad.
Wait, but in the cutscene, in like the little demos of the game, like there's a, like right when we started, they had Kid, Glenn, and Serge. So there's gotta be a way. There gotta be.
Digi, your mouse says you haven't finished Zeta Gundam. Is that true? It is true. To my great shame.
Sure.
Turn off animation on Path of Radiance and it's a great game. I will keep that in mind when I get there. That's the kind of shit I would think about now and not back then. I would never have beaten Advanced Wars by myself as a kid, but that's why I went to the library and printed out the step-by-step guides. Hell yeah. Thoughts on the Y2K aesthetic? What exactly is the Y2K aesthetic, would you say? Do you know, Tom?
I have no idea.
How do you feel about the recent influx of Vic and Hope content? I've been enjoying it. They finally came back. Vic and Hope is like not the most entertaining thing I could be watching, but at least I get to hear Victor's voice. Is Digi sad or just in the midst of picking up steam? Or is there really no reason for either of you to always be hyper? Because who would want to be? Or who would want to be? Thus making this comment pointless. Would typing rendering instead of make that sentence better written? What the fuck is wrong with me? This is Stumble Reel.
Certainly stumbling through his comment right
now. I have no idea what you're asking.
I think he's saying we're boring.
Have you and May figured out where you're moving when your lease is up? Nope. You can't have Glenn and Kid because you can get Kid back later even if you don't save her. But if you save her, you can't get Glenn.
Oh. Okay.
Is Gundam anything like Legend of Galactic Heroes besides space stuff? Kind of. They're both political dramas.
Dude, look how many pixels we are right now. Look at this.
Gundam's got more of a central cast.
Nothing here. Nothing here.
No, thank you says, you know, the iMac G3, that's like the cultural genesis. A lot of see-through blue-green plastics with rounded edges, formless and synthetic blobs of technology from the late 90s, early 2000s. I like the look of those old Macs with the clear things on the back. Because when I was a kid and I hadn't seen a PC yet, like, that was the first shit I saw, and I was always like, whoa, what the fuck are those? Like, those are fucking ill, because they got colors on them. But, the first computer I ended up actually using was a fucking Millennium Edition.
Rip.
That's what I grew up on.
Isle of the Damned. I don't think I want to go to Isle of the Damned yet. Hermit's Highway.
But at least we usually didn't have fucking dial-up.
Yeah. Ugh. I didn't get snacks for this stream.
Keyblade Spirit says, by the way, the Y2K aesthetic is putting 1,000,000 rolls of toilet paper in your crawl space to prepare for the nuclear apocalypse and neglecting to build a shelter for your family.
Whoa. There's that clown bitch again.
Guys, what do you think of the Sonic movie poster? It looks like a football player. Did you see it?
Looks really dumb. My sister had the best take, and I showed her, and she's like, I thought Knuckles was the only one who flexed his muscles. And I was like, that's an obscure Sonic reference, and I approve.
I don't even know that one.
That's from the Sonic 1 theme of Knuckles. That's what he says.
But he's the only one to flex.
Unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle. I'd rather flex my muscles. I'm hard as nails. It ain't hard to tell. I break them down. Whether they be solid or come on, man. That's
I don't
classic
even know
shit.
that one. Which game is that from?
Sonic Adventure 1.
I don't know the soundtrack of Sonic Adventure 1 beyond the opening theme.
Exactly. That's why it was such a good reference, because it was so obscure.
Never let it go. I know it's one
And you were fighting hard.
Don't know how long this will last.
Dude, she's gonna fucking curb stomp us, dude. I know you can recruit her as well, obviously. Dash and slash.
A tip for playing Fire Emblem and other RPGs in Dolphin. You can set a hotkey to disable the emulation speed limit. Makes it really easy to fast forward through unskippable cutscenes or slow menus. Also, what is your opinion on save states? I say if you're gonna play some fucking NES games and you just want to be able to see the end to satisfy your curiosity about it, go for it. Like, generally I don't play with save states for the most part because I'm relatively patient and not so incompetent, but like, and I also just would rather just not play most games that would require it. But like when I was playing through like a lot of the classic NES games, like I wanted to just beat Super Mario Bros. Just to be able to say like I've seen all of Super Mario Bros. I know what the game is, you know. Yeah, I fucking was like saving after every fucking jump playing Super Mario Bros. Because that game is hard as shit. And there's just no way I'm ever doing it like, you know, the amount of baseline practice it takes to even just beat the game without save states is beyond what I could ever see myself committing. Thomas just outed himself as part of the Sonic fandom.
I was hardcore into Sonic for most of middle school.
Hey man, I wrote like a Sonic concept album.
I'm not ashamed. Dude, I realized how much I actually probably played Sonic Adventure 2 is when I, like, later on in life, when I was looking at, like, speed runs and, like, you know, like, perfect runs of City Escape, I'm like, I did that good, if not better, all the time as a kid. I'm like, oh, I guess I was kind of not shit at these levels.
Yeah. Several people are saying that that reference is not very obscure and that they know it.
And they're all Sonic fags too. Hate to break it to you.
Oh, it's because I guess Triple Q has used it.
Oh, well, that's not the same. That's a Triple Q reference then. If you know it from the OG, from the source, like I do. If you were listening to that shit before the internet was even a thing, that's how you know you're a faggot. Also, Triple Q is straight amazing, and I love his shit.
As of today, I finished every single anime in the Mal Top 100, not including sequels. I am proud of this for some reason. Isn't half the Top 100 just Gintama sequels, though? So you probably only watched like 50 shows. How many of them were shit?
Probably most of them. Alright, found the old man going into his burned house, I guess. What the fuck is happening right now?
My first exposure to Sonic was when my friend in high school wanted me to be an OC in her Kingdom Hearts and Sonic crossover fanfiction.
Damn!
You know, that reminds me that I did write a me and my friends insert Sonic comic when I was in middle school. Because I was writing this comic, Joe and John Stick Crusaders, which was about these two stick figure guys who I would draw obsessively for years to come and make many webcomics starring. Joe and John were they just talked about like video games and shit, but then like I started involving the other members of my lunch table as well as the characters of Sonic the Hedgehog in what usually amounted to protracted choreographed fight scenes that were like, you know, those videos of the stick figure fights in the old Newgrounds days?
Hell yeah.
Especially the two-dimensional ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just draw like a full page of like really tiny panels, basically like drawing each frame of an animation across a page, like but you know, not like fluidly, just like showing each move of the choreographed fight.
Ghost ships, wow.
By your standards, I'd imagine like 60 to 75% of them were shit, but for me, almost all of them were at least tolerable, save for Guilty Crown and Black Butler. Was this the top 100 most popular or the most highly rated? Because I'd be surprised to find those two on there. Guilty Crown was particularly shit in a fascinating way, like everything was wrong with it. How did you guys like the YouTube Rewind? I don't think I've seen any of those besides the one from like 2012 or 13.
I never watched any of them, literally ever.
There you go.
Okay, I guess I'm leaving. I don't know what the point was to come here and talk to this guy. I'm like not listening to everything you're saying because I'm realizing I have to read these things to understand what to do next because there's no like.
I'm realizing that me fucking
cues.
scratching my fucking crotch is like visible on the camera, so I'm gonna move this shit to block it.
God damn it. Now we're definitely demonetized. Well, that was stupid.
One spar says, dude, I heard my favorite YouTuber, John Oliver, was in this year's rewind.
Pretty sick. Here we go. What do I do? Whoa, look at this place. There's like furries.
Ooh, this place is beautiful. This game has the best artwork
Oh,
ever.
God. I'm getting my ass pounded. No. I want to be here. You can't tell me what to do! I'm in the land of the furries. My people.
Alright, nothing's happening in the chat. I gotta think about
Dreams of bad luck.
other things that I can talk about other than eating these cheese balls. What are you up to, Tom? What's going on in your life?
I'm making video game.
I saw your game. A lot of progress.
It's looking pretty good. It's been pretty blast processing.
It definitely feels like a legitimate Genesis game.
It's the idea.
And like a really intense Genesis game.
Dude, I know what I like. Stay away from me. Who are you? I said stay away. I don't want to talk to humans. What if I want to talk to you, you fucking slut? Fuck. When this place sucks. Put the black dragon. Put the humans in their place. Yo, the black dragon.
I'm gonna ask, how long do 2 gallons of cheese balls last you?
I could probably down those in a sitting. Real talk.
Usually lasts me like 2 or 3 weeks. Sometimes I do not eat them all before they go bad.
Whoa, this guy's a party.
Oh yeah, Tom, if you want a snack, I'll have some beef sticks.
Beef sticks?
Mm-hmm.
Is this an innuendo? Are you implying something right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you my fucking beef stick.
Oh, you were just like displaying it on stream, so why do you have beef sticks, not innuendo?
Ever read the Mars trilogy, did you? Seems like the type of thing you or May might enjoy. First book is about Mars settlers. Second, terraformation. Third one about the long-term developments of that society. Nope. Never heard of it. DG, who is your favorite Chinese cartoon analyst besides yourself? If you count Cat Girl Research Society, then them. They're the best anime YouTube channel right now, though I don't know if they're really reviewers by any definition.
Dragon God sealed a flame in there. I wonder if that's important or something. Well, I think at some point in this game, if I recall correctly, I don't know if this should say, because I think it's a spoiler. Sort of. Yeah, I'll keep it to myself. But I think this place will be relevant at some point later in the game. Whoa. 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 Whoa!
Big dragon, big dragon, big dragon. I'm gonna go get us a couple of beef sticks.
Do it! I'm gonna go fuck this dragon. Talk to him. I want him to be my friend. God, if he had a character portrait, I would nut everywhere. Be like, yo, he's joining our crew. I can't talk to him. I can't interact with him. I guess we watch. Dude, this is the coolest part of the game so far. It's just this thing. Fucking. The graphics look way too good to be a PS1 game. Dope as shit. Let me in. God damn it.
Today the 13th?
I think so.
Yeah.
Jack Link's beef original. They're so small.
I gotta say, Tom, we might be about to discover money is real.
Oh, right. It's like a few days away, isn't it?
Yeah, we're like 2 days away from getting our Twitch pay finally.
If anybody else
And
there,
we now have YouTube monetization.
if any of you watching right now want to be a part of I Am Games history and be part of the first payment ever, now is the time.
Yeah, you got 2 days to get your subscription in before we get the money. I assume. I don't know exactly.
If you have
how it
Amazon
works.
Prime and you want to make history, hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications.
I Am Games Empire. Built on the back of the GameCube, the sturdiest video game console.
Yeah. Yeah.
The library is pretty impressive, I gotta say. For a console that had such a relatively small library, there's a lot of good fucking shit on the GameCube.
It's dense. It's a dense library for sure. Turn black. That's the element I want.
Hmm?
I said turn black. That's the element that I want.
No, the GameCube did. Oh. You're
I'm
talking
making a
about the-
race joke. Saying I want to be black.
God, I wish I was black. I wanna be black.
Well, this place is useless to me. Water Dragon Isle. Cool. I'm just going to places right now.
Well,
Oh no!
part of our set fell.
I don't know if I call it a set, but it's hard to believe. According to the fairies here, the legendary dragon god really exists. A thick wall of ice blocking the entrance into the underground cavern proves it. El Nido is sure full of mysteries. Oh, what the fuck is that about?
I'm not sure what the point of analysis is. I don't need someone to tell me why a show is good. I can analyze it while I'm watching it. But still, I watch and enjoy most Digi videos. What does this mean? What consequences could it have? I don't think my videos are so much about why a show is good or bad, so much as that they suggest to you ways that you can go about watching a show and interpreting it. Because, in spite of the fact that people always say that I speak with authority or whatever, or frame myself that way, my views on the shows are just a one lens that anybody can apply themselves. It's not so much that I'm telling you, oh, the show is like this. It's like, here's an idea of what the show could be like if you choose to look at it this way. And it's convincing, not only in the case of that show, but some of the justifications I give for why you should feel that way, you could then take and apply to everything else that you consume, or, you know, it could affect the way that you look at media. Which gives a lot of people a sort of temporary euphoria of being like, wow, Digibro is so right about everything. But then those people eventually develop more of a critical sense themselves, and they just kind of find their own what they care about. Because, like, enough of the things that I am critical of, they're just like, I don't care about that shit. I gotta find my own fucking voice. And then they lose interest. Digimake game when?
It's a good question. It's got RPG Maker.
I do have RPG Maker.
Whoa, this is a character we can recruit.
It's just a lot of time. She's a cute. She's appears to be like a little fairy thing.
You come to the island seeking the dragon god. No.
Tom, what do you make your game in?
Construct 3. It's game making for stupid people.
People complain about how so many playable characters means they don't get development, but it leads to greater development of the world itself. The way the characters play can inform them and the cultures they come from and shit. I agree. That was the theory kind of behind Save the Lollies, if anybody heard the full rundown of that game on a previous stream.
The world definitely gets fleshed out in this game. The problem is that there's no super strong central conflict that keeps me motivated. Right now it's like, Lynx is a bad guy. Kid says he's a bad guy. I died here. I wonder what's gonna happen. And that's the entire plot so far. That's the big narrative thrust.
Tom, you're like 20 hours too early to beat this dragon.
I don't want to beat a dragon. I just want to hang out and see what's going on. I want to recruit some fairies. Can I actually fight a dragon here? Or are we talking about that black dragon from earlier that I was hanging out with?
Log Horizon Part 2 when? I literally don't know. I have to ask. I have not heard, I don't think, from Devu this entire month. Like, he was out of town through, like, the 5th, I think.
Is he making a new game?
No, he should be working on my Log Horizon video. But, like, he was out of town for a little while at the start of the month. And so I just assumed that he probably came back and just went straight to work, because that's the kind of way he would do things. But, if that is the case, he is still hard at work and has not said anything yet. But, like, it's getting to a point where I might have to be like, Devu, where the fuck are you?
I wonder if these guys are kicking my ass.
Oh yeah, did you have a problem with your Reese's video? While I appreciate that you went into the fast break and the wafer, you missed the best of the bunch, the individually wrapped fun-size Reese's. Like the small Reese's? With the little tiny cups? Because I think those ones, I hate those ones. Those ones are overwhelmingly chocolate.
Which ones?
The super small ones?
I've never had the super small ones.
Like, you know, the ones that are just like thumb sized. Like,
They're like wrapped in foil.
Oh.
yeah, the foil wrapped ones.
Yeah.
Those are my least favorite because they got way too much chocolate. I don't know if that's what the fun size is.
I think that is. I thought you were talking about ones even smaller, in which case I was like, that's news to me.
I think they have ones that are even smaller.
Blasphemy.
They're in like a
How
bag.
small do we need
Oh
our
yeah,
Reese's?
the little bagged ones. Yeah, those ones are even worse because they're like
They're
mostly
like too
chocolate.
much chocolate and like a dab of peanut butter.
Oh my god, I've got
I like
two
the foil
pieces of
wrapped
iron
one.
here. This
Yeah,
is
actually,
totally
now that I
worth
think
coming
about it,
to.
the foil wrapped ones are definitely better than those smaller ones.
Foil wrapped ones are good if you like want chocolate,
Yeah.
but
Who wants
not if
chocolate?
you want Reese's.
Dude,
Do you think the combined efforts of the PCP could produce a quality indie game? I already know there are individuals in the PCP who could, but what if everyone had to participate? It'd be interesting. I don't know whose design ethos we would really like.
We'd probably just leverage Ben and Munchie's aesthetic. That is the PCP aesthetic at this point in a macro sense.
Yeah, I mean, it fits in with what my aesthetic is. So, like, I fucking, you know, I'm down for that. I mean, that's aesthetically, but, like, game design-wise, I think we'd all have a lot of different ideas. Like, Tom really likes straightforward games. Ben really likes the polar opposite of that. And I really like, you know, action RPGs, basically.
Where do I go? What do I do? You hear that? That's bad conveyance.
Here's a hot take from Me May Think. I'm not sure what the point of art is. I don't need somebody to keep padding out what usually amounts to a single obvious point. I usually can't analyze it because it demands ridiculous leaps in logic or a shit ton of context not given in the work itself. An analysis vid is basically art but better. That is the most fascinating take I have ever heard, and I appreciate it.
No, I think it's pretty fucking gay. That's like the opposite of Huey's Law. Just like, I don't want anything window dressed. I want you to just tell me. You ever seen that movie? What was that movie? The one that came out and was like talking about how lies were never invented. So like art didn't exist. It was just like retelling of historical events. That was all art was because they couldn't lie. That's what your world would be like. It sounds boring and shitty and awful.
One Spar says, I think Digi's perspective as a more experienced anime boy adds context to shows that I like, and improves my overall opinion and thoughts on them. That's what I would see myself as more like supplementary material for the stuff you like. Like, I always imagine the best way to consume my videos is like you watch a show, and then you watch my video, and then it like helps you to get more out of it, you know?
Forgot to save. Alright, I'm heading into the fog. I don't know if it's the right thing to do, but I'm doing it!
Digibro, I have your signature on my 2013 BronyCon badge you signed at your panel. When you go to BronyCon 2019, I hope to find you so you can sign the same badge. I don't plan to go to BronyCon 2019.
I'll sign it for you.
Tom can do it. The only way I'm going to that is if I am literally dragged kicking and screaming to go there.
I guess this is where I was supposed to go. I probably should have swapped out party member because this guy sucks. Greco is shit.
Tommy's signature is on the same badge too. I want both Mad Lads to re-sign it to compare the 6-year difference.
Can you believe it's 6 years? 6 years, Digibro.
Ah!
Digibrony
It's
MLP.
not, well, it will have been 6 years. It has not been 6 years yet.
Look at that water effect. That's some
It has been
good
6 years
shit.
since my channel started in earnest, though.
It's been 4 years since I made money online. Now I make no money
It's
online.
been 4 years since I made money online. Look at that fucking, that background of the water is
bad. I
That's
just said that
not
earlier.
good. That is not okay. Oh yeah, Digi's Reese's video got me into the fast break. It's sick. Have you seen the Hershey's bars with Reese's Pieces embedded in them?
Whoa!
I didn't know about Hershey
Look
bars.
at this guy! Fucking Fargo.
He's got a very, he's
want
got
this
a good
dude.
mustache. Yeah, fast breaks are fucking sick, dude. I had one, like, yesterday, literally as, like, a meal. Like, it was, like, my breakfast, and it was a fucking satisfying breakfast. I think that's what they're made for. It was also fucking massive, because I got, like, a king size, and it was just bigger than my fucking cock. Autonomous is still the best completed game of 2018. I still haven't played that shit yet.
Completed game. That means my game's better. It's just incomplete.
Yeah.
That's how I like to interpret that statement.
Did Tidgy talk about his making that game yet? I am not making a game.
He is making a game. He just hasn't realized it yet.
Oh no. I'm making a GameCube analysis video series.
God.
Tom should go and just pretend to be Digibrony MLP. He can just say he lost a ton of weight.
What is happening right now? I guess we're fighting. I don't know why we're fighting. I thought we were just becoming buddies. I guess we're not buddies anymore.
So here's something I wanted to talk about. Tom, do you tend to do like stuff in a series format?
A series format.
Yeah.
Explain what you mean exactly by.
Like as a YouTuber, do you tend to group your videos into like specific series?
I just realized you can choose your order you want to have your actions. You don't have to stick with one guy.
Yeah. Someone said that was the appeal of this game in one of the things before, right?
I didn't pick up on that, I guess.
Well, good to know now.
I'm not smart enough to make
It only
any
took
use
you
of
like
that, but
20 years to figure that out.
it just feels that long because we didn't play this game for like 3 weeks ago.
No, I meant like, haven't you played this game 20 years ago?
I probably knew that 20 years ago. I don't like this Greco guy. Not just because his element grid is empty, except for clothesline, which is not good.
I don't think I still have my Brony wig.
I still have my hat, which I will be bringing to BronyCon 2019 if I can find it.
Oh boy. So anyway, yeah, do you tend to do things in like a series format? Like I know you had like the 1 minute movie reviews and shit, for instance.
Well, I forgot about those, but yeah, that was true. I did that.
Is that like a general tendency you have, or do you do more like individual stuff?
It depends on...
I know you've done multiple series.
Yeah, I mean, series are good because it builds brand awareness. It's helpful.
Right. I was thinking about the fact that throughout my whole history, even as a blogger, I've always put a lot of emphasis on having like one big overhead series that was like the main thing going on. Because I like to have like a goal that I'm working towards basically as a content creator. And usually that takes the form of something of like a wish list of things that I hope I get the chance to talk about. As well as, which, you know, can either be like literally written down or just like, you know, the cachet of things that when I think about them, I think, oh shit, I gotta make a video about that someday, you know? So I've got like my mental wish list and then like specific series that I want to do just to be able to like know something that I want to know, you know? Does that make sense?
I guess so.
So like for instance my Aki Shinbo / Studio Shaft series, like I wanted to do that series because I wanted to know personally what I consider to be the stylistic differences of all the directors working at Studio Shaft and like all the different people who had influence on the shows. What was their specific influence? So it was just purely a quest for knowledge for something that I wanted to know about. Whereas there's other times where I do a series that's like more about the narrative component, because like as a YouTuber, well, let me back it up. I think people generally gravitate towards narratives, right?
Sure.
Like we generally want content that communicates some kind of narrative, and you know, narratives can come in many different shapes and sizes and lengths, but like generally people want something that they spend enough time with that they feel kind of involved. Like the reason that movies have settled into like 90 minutes as such a comfortable groove is that like 90 minutes is a good amount of time to get you invested in something and tell a story that, you know, that makes at least some kind of point, you know, and to be coherent and cohesive and you enjoy it. So, like, it's natural to think that you can accomplish something similar through a YouTube video. Like, I want someone to watch my video and come away feeling like they watched a movie, that they consumed a narrative with this level of import and weight to it. However, to do this in like a straightforward analytical video is very difficult because you can't pack nearly the same level of detail into that as you can into a film. You know, like, because the whole point of filmmaking is that you're packing in more information as opposed to extrapolating it back outwards. So as an analyst, I'm usually trying to extrapolate all the information in as concise a way as possible, but nonetheless it can never be as concise as it would be if I was making a film. So, like, necessarily it becomes even longer if you want to make it feel like a substantial, like, adventure. If you want people to feel like they've taken a journey with you and learned something and participated in a narrative, you really got to go for like a longer series that has some kind of interesting heart to it, that there's some kind of idea driving it, whether it's just this is a 4-part analysis of this show, or this is a 20-part analysis of every game this company made, or I'm going to review every game on the GameCube. You know, and even if like each review by itself is more disconnected, there is a ongoing background narrative of trying to sort of sort the GameCube library and figure out what kind of things were done with this console creatively and technologically over the decade, well, over the half decade that it was, you know, that it had new games coming out for it. Yeah. I like having overhead series that I'm working on, and then to also have, like, just, you know, whatever random ideas come to mind along the way. And I think for a long time I had difficulty doing any big long series at length because I just had so many other ideas. Like, it was so much easier to go and do 5 like mid-size ideas instead of one giant idea, and then, you know, have small ideas all along the way. But when I eventually, like, exhausted most of my mid-range ideas, or at least the ones that I was more interested in doing, it's like, well, now it's like, why not just take on the bigger thing? You know, why not take on the bigger idea, the bigger series, and just, you know, continue to do the small ideas as they spring up. But, like, you know, instead of a mid-tier idea that takes like a few months, it's like, just embark on the big journey to play every GameCube game.
And people are down for it. I mean, give them the narrative they want.
I don't even know if it's going to be successful at all. I don't know if anybody will give a fuck.
We'll find out.
I really don't know how many people care about the GameCube or games like Luigi's Mansion. But I did a pretty rockin' thumbnail on it.
Steal from the pirate man.
Alright, I'm gonna go find
I'm like so woefully underprepared for this fight, it's not even funny. Both of the characters I have with you besides Surge have no element grid. Oh boy. Not my best showing. Probably have to redo all of this. Oh, dodging all my hits like a little bitch. Kid's fucking dead. No, but pretty fucking close. Carnival. Oh my god.
Tom, what were you shipping earlier? There's like a weird package over there that I think you're shipping to somebody.
Yeah, a bunch of weird stuff. Wow, I just realized both of my party members are dead. It's just me.
How much of the JoJo manga have you read? Why'd you drop most of the anime? I don't think I've dropped any of the anime. Maybe I dropped the original because it just didn't look good at all. But I read the first part of the manga, and that's it. It's really good. If I remember correctly. What the fuck was I about to look up? I was just gonna look up fucking how the Luigi video is performing in real time. Is Tom Oliver subscribed to I Am Games? Looks like he is.
I am game.
Oh, there's me dressed as a GameCube.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me? He froze me and I died. I was about to kill him. That is bullshit. This game is shit.
The top comment is spooky game review just in time for Christmas. Makes sense.
No. What? I'm gonna get thrown in prison. I don't even game over to do it properly. Oh, I thought if I beat him, he would have joined my party. This game is ass. I hate it. I hate everything. Why is there? There's like a metaphor. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Well, this sucks.
Oh yeah, so my my GameCube series has a rating system. I judge, and I might want you to make me some art for it, for my rating scale.
What is it?
It's the I rank everything out of 16 based on the number of squares that are in the GameCube logos. Well, the number of cubes in the GameCube logo.
All right, give it 17 cubes out of 16.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gave Luigi's Mansion 12 out of... I didn't say it as cubes, I just said I gave it a 12 out of 16 on the GameCube. GameCube Forever scale. God, I'm just marveling at how hot Kid is. The exposed midriff somehow looks even better in low poly graphics than what I would have imagined if it was high res.
I kind of agree. Whoa. It's a skelly man.
Why does Tom starts to hate games when he loses?
Because games aren't fun when you lose.
I like the GameCube Forever series idea. Yes, very good. Glad to hear it. I really hope something I do catches on. Especially on this channel. Because playing video games is fun. And talking about video games is fun. And I like the GameCube. And I was once a GameCube. This is a real fact. Speaking of spooky games for Christmas, have either of you played the Nightmare Before Christmas game that is literally a DMC game? I never played it myself, but I think I watched Victor play a little. Are you aware of this?
I'm aware of it. I do want to play it.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have the depth of a DMC game.
I wouldn't expect it.
But it did look pretty satisfying at the very least. You play with a weird fucking whip, like an ectoplasm whip.
Whoops. Oh. Hit or miss in games, for sure. That one looked pretty good.
No thank you says, "Sup motherfuckers, it's Artso Fartso, the king of weed here." It's one of my favorite quotes of mine too.
What's happening?
As someone who has 100 plus 100 plus botched endurance runs on XCOM 2. I have to disagree, Tom. Losing is fun.
I'm not serious, buddy. Alright. Losing, the only reason I'm pissed is because I could have easily won that fight, but I forgot, because I'm a retard, that Kid's element grid is empty, and because this guy Greco's a new party member, his element grid is empty, so neither of them could do anything that entire fight, pretty much, so it was just a 1v1 the whole time. And I hoped I would just fail state out of it so I could swap out to a good party member, fill up the element grid, and actually kill everything. But instead, it was a choice thing, and I'm assuming if I beat him, I would have gotten that guy on my team, but it didn't. They threw me in the brig instead, and now I probably missed out on getting that really cool guy, because games are gay, and I want to shoot myself.
Jalen Harris says, clearly having not watched the new Luigi's Mansion video, Digi, do you still have that picture of you as a GameCube? Oh, my friend.
Everybody has it now.
Are you in for a surprise when you click on that Luigi's Mansion video?
What is Hellsoul? These things are doing something to me, and I don't know what it is.
Digi, now that you're Weed Bro, Digi-Weed, Smoke Weed Bro once more, will we see the return of the ultimate character, Artso Fartso, King of all Weed? Of course, Artso Fartso's a regular. He's been in something recently, hasn't he? He was in... Oh, you know what? I edited him out of how they marketed. He was in something else recently, though. What did I do that had Artso Fartso in it? Since moving in here.
Yes, iron. We're getting iron. We can make new weapons. But unfortunately, we're locked on this fucking boat now! Alright.
Oh, the Steins Gate video. Of course. At the end of part 4 of Steins Gate, Artso Fartso made his most dramatic appearance yet.
How do I switch out my characters? Can I even do that right now? Oh, I don't know if I can.
Did you tell this to Tom if he doesn't mind the spoiler? Fargo wouldn't join his party if he won. To get him, you have to save a bitch way later in the game.
What would have happened if I won?
I don't know.
But now I feel emasculated. If he's on my team, I'll know that he's better than me at canon, and I'm not about that.
Wise Man Matos says, Surge of Derberus.
Fuck that shit! I ain't about that life. Customize. Can I please just swap my characters out? Is that even possible to do right now?
I thought that was hilarious before realizing that the main character in this game is named Surge. Incidentally. I was just immediately amused by Surge of Derberus. Mark is like a solid state drive that Digi uses to get information about his own career. Because they can see me looking over at you when I start asking questions.
You do that in your videos too.
Yeah, all the time.
Magma bomb.
Whoa, I didn't even realize that was Artso Fartso. The art and the artist merge into one entity. From the outside, it is almost impossible to tell where one ends and another begins. When Artso Fartso's in control, all rules fly out the window. Agreed. Irregular Hunter 1 says to swap characters, you press square at the save point and use the teleporter.
Oh, right. Right. I'm not gonna just use a computer. Of course not. I want to get this Greco man out of here. He's fucking garbage.
Burning Sprite says, I recently started meeting a little success with my streaming, and everyone basically thinks my voice is great and likens my stream to a podcast. I'm wondering if you guys have any ideas on how to capitalize on that. Like, people are saying to just go with the flow. No, it's Burning Sprites.
I think that is Tio.
Upload the streams as they are and just expand the stream. But I've been thinking about trying.
We can't give him any advice. We're in a war against Tio right now. We have a bunch. There's a huge contingent in the Discord that think he's better than us, so we can't give him any advice. I'm sorry, Tio. You're our enemy now.
Export the streams and cut them together into podcasts. What do you guys think? If it was me, I would probably just. I don't know. Depends on what you find entertaining and what you have time for. I mean, like, editing your streams into podcast sounds like a good idea if you don't have, like, game audio. If it's just your voice. Or if you just wanted to make it a lightly edited Let's Play. I mean, like, some people just watch stream recordings on YouTube, you know, as evidenced by our fan base. But, like, otherwise, if you were gonna just do a podcast, I would just do a new podcast.
On a boat. On a boat. Ooh, I don't remember ever being on this boat. What was it? It's fucking freaking out.
Maybe you never made it this far, dude.
No, I got to the second disc.
Oh shit, Tom was fucking beast. Once upon a time.
Dude, I was a hardcore gamer. I got all the way to the end of Final Fantasy IX, beat Metal Gear Solid, beat Sonic Adventure 2 Battle like 400 times. Played Gundam Battle Assault 2, Armored Core 1.
I beat Halo on Legendary.
I did not beat Halo on Legendary.
Whoa.
Only because I didn't attempt. I probably could have.
It's the only way to play Halo.
Yeah, I didn't get into the Legendary game. I played a lot of Halo 2 online. Dude, these guys just like lick your nuts. That's their attack. Fucking weird.
The previously recorded still be around if they didn't drown their content in stream uploads. I don't know why they killed the channel.
They killed the whole channel?
Right before we started.
Really? Interesting.
That's why I was saying we were like the sequel to Prereq.
I thought they just stopped like doing it or something.
I mean, it's still up.
I've never watched it, so I don't even know what you're talking about when you say it. No, I don't. Steal. Oh, you're good for stealing.
Bernie Sprite says, I was trying to build this community now with you, Tom, Oliver, but it's all out war. Your angel investor is mine.
It's true. Jalen Harris is a much bigger fan of Tio than any of us.
Because he let him co-host on it.
Even before then. Look, Tio, I like you, dude, but you're I've blood, sweat, and tears building up that Discord community, building up the good rapport, and you come in and steal all that goodwill away. I feel I'm threatened.
We got 79 viewers today. I don't know why we're doing better today than we have been.
I don't know.
Maybe people just came here straight from Luigi.
Maybe. Give me that chest. Why can't I... This is bullshit.
If anyone new is watching, hello! I am Games! Feel free to ask things in the chat, because we respond to it for the most part. Because we don't really do much in our everyday lives. So we just answer people's questions about us on the internet. And sometimes they pay us to do it.
Aqua Ball. Hooray. Where's Toya? And why isn't he drunk? I'm asking.
Burning Sprite says finals are over. So that might be why. We're pretty disconnected from the rest of what humanity is up to.
Very true. I just want to get off this fucking boat and buy some iron weapons and armor. Fuck! God, the worst thing about this game is when you miss that fucking level 3 hit. That's like the best feeling in the world is hitting somebody with that.
Question: can you beat 2D Metroid games in under 2 hours with 100% items? If you can't, you're not really games. No, there's no way I could beat a Metroid game in less than 4 hours.
Never tried. No, don't hurt my wife. Damn it. Bitch missed twice.
Missing all my shit.
Sword beats. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Get fucked. Ooh. Let's do this. HMC.
It's a Luigi.
Is it?
So if you were to start doing videos about the Genesis, what would you pick first?
I have no fucking idea.
What's your favorite Genesis game?
Really like Streets of Rage 2. It's good stuff.
Isn't that a beat 'em up?
It is.
If you haven't beat Shinobi 3 at least 3 times every day, then you're a little bitch and a little bitch and a little bitch, and you aren't games.
I need Shinobi for the PS2. I was thinking of making a shirt that was just the Shinobi PS2 logo, and then in like regular font above it, yeah, I beat, and then Shinobi. And then you're only allowed to buy it if you've actually beaten the game. We'll sell like 3 copies. But everyone will wear it with pride.
You're awful hopeful thinking that we'll sell 3 copies of that.
To get it on.
A meme that is only funny to like you, me, and Jesse.
No. No. Everybody who's beaten that game is in on it. There's at least 3 people who've done it.
I don't think Jesse's ever beaten it. He made a whole video series about not being able to beat it because it was fucking clearly it. No. What was that?
Someone grubbed us. I haven't heard that in a long time. Thanks for the grub, my dude.
What? What the fuck are you talking about? What is a grub?
That's a donation, isn't it?
Does it say that when we get that?
Yeah, in your voice, because you recorded it.
Oh my god.
Fucking moron.
I forgot there was a sound effect for that. Who donated and what? I think we'll be able. I think we can look at it in the Streamlabs thing, and it might have a message or something.
That tells you how many times people donate. You guys gotta donate on PayPal more so we cannot be caught off guard by the sound effect.
Yeah.
That's the solution here.
Let me go see what it says.
Oh, you're blocking the stream.
He said, "Should I drink tonight or not, boys?"
I mean, we're definitely a little biased in our responses.
We've already been going for like an hour 40, so you're not gonna get a whole long strip of time to be drinking over.
I mean,
you might be able to crack
more if
beer
the money
one.
was rolling in. You do you, man. Don't do it for me. Do it for you. If you want to drink, by all means, my friend, indulge. If you'd rather have your wits about you, that's fine.
Cellar says, when you get into more non-bitch game dev, you could probably make a series for the channel, Tom. People seem really into game dev content, as evidenced by Star Citizen's bug mashers. I think he just wanted to call you a bitch.
Well, I'm making a game. I don't know what he's doing. Well, Photon Beam is fucking cool.
Burning Sprites gives us 15 cents and says, this war has got me 2 more followers just now, so I thought it's only fair if I give you my chump change before I destroy this channel. Watch your backs. Love ya.
I don't know, it sounds like a backhanded compliment to me. Fire pillar? That sounds cool.
Jalen says, we have to stop enabling IM Games' shittiness.
See? We have
Literally the man single-handedly enabling this shittiness.
Yeah.
Whoa, I heard another rub-a-dub-dub thanks to the grub. Can you read that shit? Is it legible to you?
It doesn't say anything over there.
On the top? The top of the left.
Oh, you're donating $5. Thanks for supporting my alcoholic dreams, guys. It means a lot.
No problem, my dude. It's really funny that he's making donations but is not speaking in the chat itself.
I think that pops up on stream when you, that message when you donate, so. It's not in the chat because it's like covering the entire screen.
To another guy asking about if we heard about what happened to Monkey. Yes, we heard. It's
Pretty fucked.
scary.
Murder everyone. I'm brute forcing this entire game right now. There's no strats at all.
Oh boy. I am starting to get sick of this fucking battle theme.
Doesn't have the, Dude, she is pretty hot. God damn it.
It's not my favorite piece of music from the game,
No.
and it becomes grating the more of it you hear.
It's one of the weaker tracks in the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, they,
Even as a kid, I was like, it's alright. It's no Rude Buster, let me tell you.
You say Luigi is a scaredy cat, but he's literally going to head with real ghosts, which are actively antagonizing him. My man, I wouldn't have even made it halfway to the front door of that mansion, and my guy valiantly went in by himself to do his... Valiantly went in by himself. His goddamn job, that's bravery right there. Fair enough. But, like, Mario would have just walked in and been like, this ain't shit.
I mean, he has done that. He's gone into literal haunted houses like 10 times in Mario
Right.
World without skipping a beat. No, I mean...
Cyranak47 says, I warned you about the battle theme. I told you, dog. Mute the game and play some of your own shit.
Double miss and bad.
Toya said, it's certainly no. Baby, 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 baby. But I chose to read it as, it's certainly no. Baby, 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 oh yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate.
10-year-old me was scared of Luigi's Mansion. Says Burning Sprites. Is an RPG having a bad battle theme one of the worst sins it can commit? It's pretty bad. I mean, personally, I think battle themes are kind of a sin in the first place, because even the good ones, you hear it way more times than you should.
I think RPG should put in the effort to have a different battle theme, or at least a different remix of the battle theme for all the main areas.
Yeah,
There's always
that'd
some
be
additional
great.
flavor going on.
Digi misread that misspelling of voluntary twice. voluntarily. When I was trying to describe how he went into the mansion.
It's all good. Oh, I think I'm going back the way I came by accident. Shit. Go. Whoa, this guy's fucking dead. I don't want to talk to this guy. See, I'm on this ship, right? I don't know why. I don't know what the point of me being here is yet. Just kind of oh god, there's a lot of dudes. Magma bomb. Dash and slash. I didn't drop that. Unexpected. So is the general consensus that people don't want us to continue this game? Some people are saying it's boring.
I mean, Jalen Harris super doesn't want us to.
Well,
No one else seems to have a strong opinion.
I guess we should find out.
Straw poll. Should we keep playing this game week after week? Or does nobody care?
It is my personal mission.
We have a pretty decent amount of viewers. We have 78 viewers.
It's true. It's pretty good. Pretty good for us. Wow, still standing, you fuck. Oh, man. I'm gonna do that. Photon beam. Yeah. Sick. We're doing it. We're killing guys.
The opinions of the chat are too all over the place and non-committal to really suggest one way or another. They don't seem to really give a fuck if we play this or not.
I thought you actually made a straw poll.
No. How could I have done that?
You go to the website and you make a poll.
Sometimes I forget that this is a stream with actual video footage and not just a podcast.
Yeah, that's fair.
For a podcast, though, it has too many gaps for me to be able to listen to it, probably. I don't know. It's probably not nearly as bad as I think. Every time I do any kind of, like, Let's Play, I always get, like, really hung up about, like, trying to talk constantly and not leave any gaps. But then when I listen to them back, it's like the gaps were not nearly as long as I perceived them as, you know? And I can deal with a lot more than I think, although a lot of streams are just like fucking way too little dialogue for me to watch. But it's funny because the Game Grumps were always very hard on themselves if they were ever quiet for a second too. But they literally, if they were quiet for like 1 second, it was like not okay. Digi and Tom, when you get PCPHQ eventually up and running, will you expand I Am Games to be entire group project? Probably. We kind of initially planned it that way, that it was like expandable. It was never meant to be just me and Tom's project necessarily. I would say that here's kind of like the best case scenario for PCPHQ happening, is if when Nate comes to visit, we can negotiate some kind of way that all of us can move into like the same neighborhood somehow. And if that could happen, like, we'd be able to all three stream together and do shit together like all the time. So I see no reason not to imagine that we would combine a lot of our like branding and shit, you know, that like if we're gonna stream, why not do it with everybody, you know? Imagine being a normie mom in the PCP neighborhood. Hide your kids, hide your wife. IMO, you should do some kind of fun interactive game. Like take a shot for every $7 or something, says Odd Toya. We can literally get kicked off of Twitch for doing that.
Really?
Yeah, you definitely cannot drink for money on Twitch.
That's stupid. Damn it. Find this fucking key. Somebody's fucking lying to me.
Oh god. I'm tired. I don't know why.
Cause you a little bitch, and a little bitch, and a little bitch.
Hey Mark, you said that we're doing for dinner tonight, right? What was it?
Yeah, I could cook it.
Do you want to? I'm definitely feeling like being hungry is the only reason to maintain consciousness. Oh, fuck. Oh, I'm thinking about food and how good it is. Yeah, I'm tired of eating these fucking cheese balls. Taking them out of my teeth. Digi is becoming Snorlax. I did become Snorlax for Halloween. That was a lot of fun. I literally answered the door as a Snorlax. Not just in a Kigurumi of a Snorlax, which I was, but also I was giving kids candy and going, Snorlax, Snor. And I didn't speak any English to anybody.
How disgusting. You weren't Halloween as a GameCube. Off-brand. Zero.
Snorlax was on the GameCube.
But you weren't a GameCube.
Yeah, well, that was not an easy costume to make the first time.
It's a box. It's a fucking box!
You gotta do a lot to it. It's a pretty good. It's got a whole controller, too.
Just use a regular GameCube controller.
That's true.
Conrad, did you bro? Making a box costume's too hard, bro.
There was a donation. Says we have cookies 36. I'm guessing he wants us to read it.
Keep playing. I love Chrono Cross, but can't be fucked to play it myself nowadays.
Hey, there you go.
Well,
How
someone
much
with
money did
money
he give
gave
us?
us their opinion, so I give that more.
How much money was there?
$5.
That's a respectable amount.
Agreed. Pew pew. Let's impale him with my wand.
Have you tried mint candy plus coffee, Digi? That'd probably wake you up. I mean, yeah, coffee generally does that. I've never heard of combining it with mint candy in particular. But just the mere suggestion has given me a strong desire for a, what are those things called? The ones that are shaped like round? The round mints?
Junior mints?
No. No.
York?
Peppermint patties.
York?
Yes. When I was a kid, I was mad into peppermint patties. And the reality is that I'm still into the peppermint patties. So now I want one. And a coffee.
I got them. They're dead. Woo!
Bobby Joe Brown says, this is a poem I wrote. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars, let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand, in other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with soul, and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
That's beautiful. That should be like in an anime or something.
Yeah, it'd be a good anime ending.
Truly responsive. Photon beam.
Every single time that we hear the battle theme, Jalen Harris says, play my AMV in the background instead of this shitty music.
Play my what?
His AMV.
Oh.
His AMV of my song.
Right. I thought you said Ambien. I was like, what are you talking about?
I do kind of really hate this battle music. I really hate the part where it goes like...
I don't hate it. But I do have nostalgia for it, for obvious reasons. Oh, I did Magma Burst instead of Pilfer. Trying to get iron so I can upgrade all my gear after I get off this fucking boat. That was kind of working. That was pretty cool. Got him.
Oh, you gonna take me home tonight. Oh, I'm a gay boy, I like this.
Finally, give me your fucking key.
Oh, God.
Oh god.
Oh.
I have to use the key every time. have the key. But it won't let me open anything. God damn it. What have you done, game?
Opinion on kale.
It doesn't taste very good, but it's good for you. I'm very confused how I can't open anything even though I have the key. What the fuck? Sure. Is this the only door that this key unlocks? Okay, that's weird. Oh, that's stupid. I thought I could explore all over the place and get cool shit.
Have you subscribed to PewDiePie?
No.
Me neither.
My boy Guile alone, just standing there. You should play Xenosaga if you stop playing this.
Dude,
That or Nier Automata. I want to play both of those.
As long as we're willing to like pay attention to the cutscenes in Nier. Which I don't think that like the cutscenes are insanely long in that game or anything.
I don't think so. Alright. Sorry.
Well, we've broken the 2-hour mark. I have completely run out of anything to talk about and any energy.
Chat being gay.
It's just, you know. We got 81 viewers somehow. Somehow us talking less seems to be producing more viewers. I think people just want to see the game.
It's almost
why don't
like
these guys shut the fuck up and just
maybe
listen
that's
to Chrono
true.
Cross music.
We should try that more often. Just not say things and see if more people just come in and enjoy watching my mediocre gaming skills. Kid looks good. I'm getting upgrades anymore. Dude, I have so much iron now. I'm gonna make all the weapons and all the armor. Okay. Sick. I'm outside of the ship now. Oh boy. Stop chasing me. It's battle time. Again. There's a creepy flying thing I don't trust.
Digi, which one do you like more, Gunbuster or Diebuster? Are you excited for the new season? I don't know which one I like more. It's been way too long since I watched them. But, no, I am not.
Gunbuster together?
We watched the first episode. Which I would say is not terribly indicative of what it ends up really being like. Just because it's mostly sci-fi. And mech shit. But like, no, I'm not looking forward to season 3 because, I mean, we all saw what happened with season 2 of everything else this past year. Tom, will you ever draw any official porn of Azumi?
Probably not. Unless you give me money. I'm waiting for all the furries to do that. Good hacks, good hacks. Gosh, all that shit. God,
Digi, why don't you make a tutorial video for torrenting anime? Because honestly, I'd be unfit to do that right now. I don't know where to find good anime torrents. I just stream shit.
time to finish the fucking job.
Everyone's saying yeah, but Nya only has like brand new seasonal shit, so I know that means y'all are all seasonal trash.
Yes, give me all the iron. What is that?
Everybody's talking about, oh, I saw Hinwari's sketch on Ya. Bitch, I could not find no Kenya boy on Ya when I needed that shit for my fucking previous care package. I could not find Kenya boy anywhere, and I came into Ion Games and I said, hey, can you guys help me find Kenya boy? And nobody could help me find it. I think one guy linked something, but it didn't end up working. Are we close to a safe point in this game?
I think we're getting close.
Digi, your Gecko Estate videos have haunted my mind for months. Is there a piece of media you can recommend that talks about de-evolution and going backwards? Whoa. I don't know if I could think of any in like a... I guess Shiki, in a way. Because Shiki is about people, like, about society becoming sort of, well, just, like, basically twisting their own rules in order to maintain a sense of normalcy. But I would definitely say that there is a social regression, certainly a moral regression. I don't know if it's so much as de-evolution, though.
Fuck. God, this is getting really grindy. And the thing that sucks about the grind right now is that once you get and fight enough battles, you don't even get any X because there's no XP. So you just, they're pointless. They don't give you anything. So you can't like over level in this game. It's impossible.
Technolize could also be seen as a show about de-evolution on some level.
I think I'm not even recent.
Tom, do you know of any series that are about the thing I said?
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, fucking about de-evolution.
De-evolution? In
Yeah,
what context?
like human de-evolution, like the de-evolution of the species, like just that everything's getting worse, I guess.
Idiocracy. My favorite anime.
That's fair. Fair answer.
Also CNN.
Kenya Boy is on Anime Bytes. I don't think my Anime Bytes account is active anymore because you have to use it like regularly for some reason. This battle theme is giving me the Metal Arms headache.
I could probably turn the music off in a second. No, just fucking kill him, god damn it.
God, if only you had a repel. Why do you keep approaching me? Can't you see I'm hiding? You wanna know why I'm here? I'm a stowaway. I wanted desperately to see the sea.
I don't know if you remember, Conrad, but we released this creature back in Viper Manor.
Viper Manor?
Yeah.
When I woke up, there were monsters all over the place. It really
Is this the original Owu? Think about it. Speaking in Owu.
Anyway, I want to see the world because all my life I've been locked up in a web. Can you broaden my view of the world? Sure. Thank you very much. I think you just got him as a fucking party member,
Whoa!
dude. You got fucking Pip.
Yeah. If they have a portrait, they're a party member, no matter how fucking weird they are. Confirm.
Digi, thoughts on the Battle Royale movie? I've never seen it.
I'm gonna try this character out, see if they're any good. Yeah, boy.
How do I convince my dad to turn our house into a guru household?
A guru household? In what sense?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I didn't want to fight him, god damn it. Oh.
Digi, I read Immortal Hounds and you mentioned it on the 60 Minutes podcast. What other manga has stupid ass concepts but execute them perfectly? Huh. Stupid ass concept but executes it perfectly. King of Bandits Jin could almost be considered that way.
Whoa. I remember that shit.
Yeah, dude.
That was a cool ass show. I love that.
You should
as a
read
kid.
the manga, dude. It's fucking ill.
I had one volume of the manga and it blew my mind to shit. I remember thinking the art was great.
Yeah, the art evolves massively over the course of it too. It gets really fucking crazy.
Yes, Give me all the iron.
Can you think of like a story that's like a dumb concept, but it just executes it perfectly?
Every tokusatsu ever.
Fair.
There was a save point over here. Where is the save? Do you imagine if I can't find the save point? I could do a boss and oh my god, there it is. Thank God. Oh, that would have sucked. I couldn't find it. Save. Let progress.
Well, as much as I enjoy and appreciate having 82 viewers as we've had for a while, I ain't got shit to talk about no more. So this is it for today's episode of I Am Games. Remember to be the games you want to see, and if you watched this stream instead of my Luigi's Mansion video, go watch that after you're done.
IamGames.fun.
IamGames.fun. That still works.
And it always will.